Hey everybody, this is Dark Side Ali here, and I wanted to do this video real quick because I have gotten my tickets for tomorrow to watch It Chapter 2. This is my biggest movie of this year. There are some other movies I was really happy with Shazam and Godzilla King of the Monsters, but this is my biggest film. This is the film. I love it. It's one of my favorite Stephen King books. My favorite Stephen King book is Christine, and I hope that this gets so much traction that WB and Newgate actually decide to pick up the rights to do the Christine live action version of Christine, make it a little bit more modern, and really get into the depth of the obsession that Arnie had when he got that car. I don't remember the guy's name. I'm so sorry, but the character in the book, and how much he got so obsessed about that car that the possession between him and that car really happened. Man, it was such a really great movie. Now, It Chapter 2 is again one of my biggest films. I don't care what the audiences are. I'm sorry, I'm not caring what the critics are saying. I'm caring what the audience is saying um, because this movie is hands down probably one of the best scary movies, and I think that this movie is going to be what a lot of, if you're been following the whole situation with Andy Musichelli and the WB and DC, he's gonna be he's gonna be the director that's gonna be doing the Flash. Sorry about that. He's gonna be one of the directors. He's gonna be the director that's gonna be doing the Flash. So this movie is going to be how we're going to see his Flash. And I'm not saying he's going to keep it in the type of tone as it, but is this director going to, with a level of budget, can he be able to make a huge big blockbuster hit? And is he going to be the right type of storyteller? Now, with how he did the Losers Club and how he built the relationship between those seven kids, and built it over the time of an about a 2 hour movie, he did a phenomenal job, and he showed how genuinely scared these kids were against Pennywise, and he built such a great credibility with Pennywise that we can generally see that Bill Skarsgård did a phenomenal job, and he did a really great level of acting. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that this is where WB and New Line should really make their niche. They should go into the same vein as Blumhouse. I'm not saying go into that level of nitpicking with the budget, but do some low level budget scary movies, and do some good low level budget, and really let the director and let that his production crew, let that crew really show to you what they could really do. And and if anybody really realizes it, one, we could go to M Night Shyamalan's Split. That movie was made for like $8 million. It wasn't made for a lot of money. It was a joke, okay? And he made over 400, I think 400, $500 million. Let me look that up real quick. It shouldn't take me that long. Hold on. I want to have that information. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Split. Okay. Let me see. God, 2016. Okay, the movie was only, but the budget of the movie was like $9 million, and it made almost close to $280 million. That is a stinking amount of money. That is a lot of money. Okay, now if you look at it, the first It movie, the movie was only budgeted at 35 million dollars, and the box office was over 700 million dollars. It made close to 200 times its budget. That is stupid. Okay, that is dumb. I'm sorry, 20 times its budget. It made 20 times its budget. That is obscene. So I think that Andy Muschietti is probably one of the best type of directors to do so much with so little, that if you give him a bigger budget and leave him alone, let him try to do the movie he wants to do. And I have a feeling that Warner Brothers, with how he did It Chapter 2, now I don't want to know the budget of It Chapter 2. um I don't want to see uh um the budget for it, because if I look around, I'm probably going to get some spoilers, and I don't want to get any levels of spoilers. So I really, really, really hope that the budget is a little bit more, and I hope that the end box office is a lot more than the first movie. I hope that a lot of people go and see this movie and literally do a really, really great job with it. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I hope that you all just give this movie a chance, go see it. If you love the first movie, I have a huge suspicion that the second one is gonna be good. Let me hope I don't get a lot of Okay, so I'm trying my best. Okay, from what it's saying, and I got a quick look, it seems like the budget for It Chapter 2 is around between 60 to 70 million dollars. So they kind of doubled his budget. Now, if this movie makes almost over 800, it's still considered a success. It's still considered a massive success. It cannot make less than the first movie. So, and so we have to see. So oh man, I got a little bit of a spoiler. Okay, I don't care. I just want to go see this movie tomorrow. I'm very, very happy with the first movie. I'm gonna go into it and let the story tell me what it's trying to tell me, and generally be laughing my head off, enjoying this movie. I love stupid, scary movies, and it makes me laugh. And I like how Bill Skarsgård is playing this character. I hope that he does a really good job. The critics are kind of waffling with it. I don't care. The audiences are saying this is a phenomenal movie. So that's all that matters to me, and that's honestly how it all should matter to you. Forget what the critics are saying from this point forward. They're biased. They don't care. They can hide behind their facts of we're just telling our own personal opinion, but they haven't told their own personal opinion when it comes to a lot of movies. They get paid to say good things. Me personally, I'm not gonna change my opinion about anything. If something is a piece of turd, it's a piece of turd. And I will be completely honest when I do my review of this movie. I will do a non spoiler and a good deep in realm spoiler. I will have a non spoiler out on Sunday, and then I will have a not my full blown spoiler by Wednesday or Thursday. So I will film do both of them on Sunday, so I get it all out, and then I am going to basically enjoy this movie for what it is. I think I cannot wait. My next big movie is Joker. That movie is going to be one of my next biggest movies. If you guys want to know my my um my list of my highly anticipated movies, the top of it was It Chapter 2. Next to it was Godzilla. I am a huge Godzilla fan. I love the Toho movies. I haven't watched them all, but I do remember a good amount of them. Then it's Joker, and then it was Shazam. And I'm not saying Shazam, I don't like Shazam. I love Shazam. It was just my anticipation of it wasn't as much as it was for Joker. I was on the fence about Joker, but now that movie has really shown to me something very, very different, and I really, 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 really understand why people love Joaquin Phoenix as an actor. He's a very deep, compelling method actor, and I think that for our generation, he's going to be the next Daniel Day-Lewis. Now, people can be controversial about it, but Daniel Day-Lewis is a phenomenal actor. That man gets into the role. He morphs into the role. Same goes for Joaquin Phoenix. And I think that when you look at Joker, that's what you're going to get from it. For me, I think Bill Skarsgård can do a very compelling, sadistic killer. I think that I know people are trying to lump him in with making him the new Joker for the DCEU. No, I don't want him in the DCEU as Joker. That is too, in my personal opinion, that's too on the nose. I want Bill Skarsgård to become a character that is so out there that he can make it into his own instead of trying to live in the shadow of Heath Ledger or exactly Joaquin Phoenix or Jared Leto. I don't know how people feel about Jared Leto's Joker. It's fine, but Jack Nicholson and even Mark Hamill and all these other people who have played this role, I don't want Bill Skarsgård to have to feel like he has to try to either um, emanate one of them or he has to make something feel some familiar, so he has to keep so he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. But I want him to play a character that is so out there that it's literally for him. He's not gonna feel like that he has to live up to a shadow. I want him to be able to play a character that he doesn't have to feel like he's living up to a shadow. Um, with the Pennywise character, he was literally trying not to he was not trying to discredit what Tim Curry did, but in the 90s version, his Pennywise was pretty terrifying. I mean, they really did with a low-level TV movie budget. Tim Curry did everything he possibly can to really showcase a lot of good fright fests in that movie. But this one is so gritty, so dark, and so in your face that what Bill Skarsgård does is it generally frightens you down to your bones, and he does a very, very good job with it. I understand how people feel about it. I love Bill Skarsgård's version of Pennywise, but nothing will topple Tim Curry's. I love Tim Curry's version. You guys can flip it and say, nope, I like Bill Skarsgård's better. Tim Curry's was too cartoony. But you got to realize that was done on a TV movie budget. If this movie was done with a budget of the back in the 90s, back in 1991, 1992, and done with a horror aspect, a real genuine horror aspect, then a TV movie horror, then I guarantee you that movie would have blew your mind back in the 90s, because there was a lot of good things they could have done with it and took it down very dark roads, but they had to work it with a movie. I mean, with a TV. So they had to do it with a TV movie budget, and they had to make it a little bit more PG because of the fact that it's on national syndication. It's not on a movie. There was a lot more TV MPAAs they had to of regulations they had to do back in those days. In the movie, there are regulations, but in a movie, it's not for everybody to consume. Not everyone's going to be able to go to a movie. People could still turn on the TV and look at a TV movie at the time in the 90s. This one, it's not the case anymore. So I really don't fault them back in the 90s for making it that cartoony, but Tim Curry's version was very iconic in my personal opinion, and I feel that Bill Skarsgård has made this character his own, and he could be in that echelon. So in another 27 years, maybe another 27 years, I'll probably be an old man by that time. When they reboot this one, I think another actor is not going to feel like, hey, you know what? Those two guys did their due diligence, and we know that Tim Curry's most likely going to probably pass on by that time, and it'll be a very dark day when he passes, like it was when Stan Lee passed for me. Tim Curry, I love that actor. I grew up with his acting. I grew up with his acting for a very long time, and he will be missed if he ever passes. But Bill Skarsgård made this character his own, and I think that I think us as an audience should look at his character and know that, hey, he did this on his own, and this character is his own. This is a completely different interpretation of Pennywise, and on top of that, the acting is a lot more different. He does his more as a carnival version of a clown, and very, very personable to children, and very, very, very childlike, versus Tim Curry's version, which was more of the Ronald McDonald simplistic clown that basically just hands out balloons and such like that. Something that you see at a circus, like a circus. So I think that they're two different types of clowns, and I think that Pennywise can be interpreted in another different way. But I really, really do believe that Bill Skarsgård did a phenomenal job with this, and I cannot wait to see what they do in this movie, and I hope that they do a good amount of the stuff that they did not do in the book. I mean, in the book they could not do from the books into the movie, to really keep people going, whoa, this movie was dark, it was disturbing, and wow, Stephen King did this in a book. Yeah, you want to go read the book. So like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Hey, hit that bell. I will be doing another one pretty soon. The moment I'm done with this one, I will do a a um a non-spoiler, and I will do a spoiler on Sunday. If the movie is that good, which I know it will be, I will go see it again, and I will give a good non-review and a great review of this movie, and I hope that you all enjoy. All right, you guys have a great night.